Okay, so today I'm going to show you how to make a game on Scratch. Scratch, as you might know, is a coding site. So first, you choose what you want to make. We're going to make a maze. I've already made 2 mazes, so I'm going to make this maze 3.0. So that's the name covered. Okay, so now we're going to make the character. Instead of using choose a sprite or surprise or upload a sprite, we're going to do this by painting it. Now this controlling so this system makes it so that it's a lot easier to make it. So we're gonna start out making a character. We're gonna start out by making a simple square here. So now we're going to go into text. I'm going to choose this. Kinda looks like an arrow. That's why. Then I'm going to set the saturation to 0, brightness to 0, and color to 0. That made it black. So now it's a black arrow. We're going to put that on the character, just like that. I'm going to put the character in the bottom right. So this is awfully big right here, the character. So we're going to set the size to 50. Now that kinda looks decent of size. This doesn't look all the best anyway. So we're gonna make a line right here so it looks proper-ish. Looks proper-ish. So now the character is an arrow. A block with an arrow on it. Okay, so it's time to get into the coding. Well, actually, I think we need to make the stage first. Right, so the backdrop. You're gonna go to what it says stage, go down here, click on the box. Okay, then you're gonna click on backdrops. So, you're gonna choose an outline of full black, no color, no saturation, no brightness. So this is going to be your walls. So let's start out by making just a simple shape, or simple maze. It's not gonna be really a maze. Right here at the start of the game. Just gonna be that. Okay. So we've made this. Now let's make a finish point. How I'm gonna do this is, okay, so the outline is black, which is bad. So I'm going to change that to blue. So we're going to have this to be the finish point to be a blue square. Okay, now it's time to code this thing. Now we're going to start off with WASD for our controls. Oops. Okay, so W. So first you have to scroll down to find the W key right there. I like to organize this. So W A S is the S? Here it is. And then D. Okay. So now we go into movement, and you will choose. So we're gonna be using these turns. Oh right, that reminds me. You have to get this flag, and we're gonna put it right here. You go back to motion and point in direction, and that will be 90. So once you hit the flag, which is go, it will set your guy will be pointing in this direction. Okay, so it's time for the W key. This will just be move 10 steps. So there we go. So we want to keep him to keep this position when we click go, or we want him to be at that position when we click go. So we're going to use go to, and then if you left it for a little while, just like 10 seconds will do, it'll be the same positions, but you want to double check. So go to X negative 177, Y negative 177, which is its current coordinates. Okay, so if I click W a bunch to bring it over here, and then click the flag for go, it's automatically bringing me back to start. Okay, this is where we can add a little more code. So D, we will hunt it to be turning this way, so it's going to turn this way by 90 degrees, I think. And then A being negative 90. I think. I think. Oh. I don't really have him on the center point. Right here is the center point. So we're gonna go back and do this and move him right there on top of the center point. Okay. So now we're gonna click go. Go. Oh. So that is what the coordinate actually was. Okay. So yeah. So now we're going to replace this since I messed up. So now let's go to these coordinates, which is these coordinates right here, which is the actual coordinates. And now that I've done these two things, you should be able to turn it. No, right, because I put negative 90. Okay, so there we go. That's the turning W. Now we need to be able to go backwards, so we're going to choose so move 10 steps, but replace the move 10 steps. Instead of move 10 steps, you're going to choose move negative 10 steps. So now he's going to be able to go backwards and forwards. This isn't always the way people like it. So, like this, Some people want, if you hold down A, it moves left, hold down D, it moves right, backwards being down, W being up. Now, we're just doing the basics. That's a little tougher, so I'm going to do that in the next one. Actually, you know what, why not? Why not? Well, yeah, I'll do that next. Oh, we could have it so it changes every level. Okay, so I'm not gonna get ahead of myself. We're just gonna be doing the basics. Now, right now, you can go through the walls, no problem. So it's not really a game when it's basically you can cheat easily. So that's where this if statement comes in. So if blank, then blank. Now we're going to do if blank, then go to right here. I'm going to duplicate that, get rid of the if sign, and then boom, go back to spawn. But what is it going to be sensing? So we go to sensing, and we go touch, if touch color, blank, question mark, then go to spawn. We choose this little thing here, then we're going to use the wall. Okay, so now if we touch the wall, it should, oh right, so if you click the flag and touch the wall, you should, oh right, it's specifically right now, it's now specifically when the flag is clicked. We need to add a forever right here, so detach that, put it in the forever, put it right there. Okay, so now if you touch the wall, it is going to be, it's gonna send you right back. Now that's one way to do it. Another way you could do it is move negative 10 steps. But we're just gonna start it off with this. Okay. Now some of you may be like, okay, but how do you, then how do you who actually complete the game? Remember this blue bubble we made? So we're going to do the same thing, except this time with a little more code. Okay, so this time we're going to duplicate it from the F sign. We're going to put that right there, if touching blue, then go to there. Now that's just going to restart you, so it's like, what did you win? Now we're going to use variables. We are going into variables, people. So new variable, level, for all sprites. Now it starts out visible, but you go here, you click that little box, it's no longer visible. To do that, you go to make a variable and then type whatever you want. Okay, so now we're going to do set level to 0 when the flag is clicked. We're also going to go to here. Backdrop 1 is the current one we have, the current backdrop. We're now in the backdrops code from clicking on this, the stage. Actually, I messed up and clicked the second one. Now we're going into code, events, when flag is clicked, then looks, switch to backdrop 1. So, but now we need our forever and our if sign. We're going to go back to the sprite 1, which we're going to rename to player, which sprite, and then the name is right there. Now click enter when you're done. Okay. So,
I'm gonna run over to the other house and try to get some things done.
okay.
Is that okay with you?
Yep.
You're not gonna catch fire and burn?
No, I'm not.
You're gonna spontaneously explode?
No.
Your legs aren't gonna blow up to the point where you can't fit them outside of the room. And you're sitting there in the hallway going, and they're all like filling the whole room up inside. Right?
No.
Alright, should be good then. It only leaves a few more things that might happen to you while I'm done.
You are silly. Okay. Okay. So we're gonna click save now. Sorry for the disruption. Also, we are going to continue this in the next episode. Bye. Isn't that how it works?